Yo, what's good, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the TheStankCast. I'm your host, Ham Stank, back after a month's holiday, you can say. Holiday from the pod anyway, but it hasn't been a holiday. Been busy away at work. Today on the pod, I am joined by the one and only Craig Cowie. Craig, say hello to the people.
What's happening?
Rejoining us again, the one and only Earthdrop. Earthdrop, say hello. What's happening, everybody? I've actually just see, I've got two things to bring up. One, my sign's not on. I forgot to put my sign on again, so I have to do that.
Oh. Turn it on, senpai.
We've started off.
Enough.
We've started off so strong.
Right, perfect. One, that's point one. Point two, every single time we do the clap sync and then go to do the intro, right before the intro starts, somebody laughs or does something. So right at the start of every pod, there's a oh my voice is gone. I was ill over the Christmas period and my voice has just not come back yet either. But every time there's a ha 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 right before we get into the intro. Every single time. That's my two pieces, right?
Well, listen, it just means we're having fun, man.
I know, we're all very funny people.
Yeah. Well, questionable, let's be fair. It's been a while since I've spoke to everybody. Been busy working. Got a new job at the portcullis as a chef there. What a stressful time. What a stressful time it is to be a chef. Over the Christmas period.
I'll be at the table with you tomorrow, mate.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Is it just you and Jodie are going, or is this one we're
She's
all
wanting a
going?
wee romantic
That's fine then.
meal out.
Cool, because I wasn't emotionally prepped for another meal tomorrow. Like,
cut my steak pie in a heart or something. I'm
I've got
you could lay a thin pastry in heart on the top of it.
I could do.
Start messing
bake
about. I'm
it
gonna
really
get my tea's gonna come out messed with. That's just gonna.
Were you
You'll
thinking
pick
about
like a
coming
random-
again, were you?
Pick a random girl's name as well, but love from Abby.
I wouldn't do that to you. No, but it's been stressful. The whole thing has been a really stressful time. Only chef there. Worked over the Christmas period. We did 60 covers on Christmas Day. That was hard. And then I've only had like 3 days off in between, so I haven't been able to do a pod. But you did a pod.
Mm-hmm.
You guys did a pod together. Kewie's first one that he like edited and did all that.
Yeah, I was him for that pod.
Yeah,
I was the guy.
How did that go?
Do you know what? It was fine. It was just like when we very first started the pod, it was like we'd started and I hadn't really actually thought about what I was going to say to intro it. So it was like the first like 2 minutes were just fucking like meh. Just me just saying stuff.
Spewing stuff out.
But then as soon as obviously we started actually talking, like it was fine. It was just like it normally is. It's just well, obviously I didn't do as much of you as a job of trying to like rein everything in. Like when we got caught on tangents, I was like, yeah, let's fucking go.
Just got lost a bit
Yeah,
in the
so, whoa.
conversation.
Yeah, so
it's a lot more.
it's the editing that's harder. Like,
yeah, for sure. It's the editing, it's the effort.
I need to get a different editing software because the one I've got it works and I can make it work, but I think I could get a better one. Like
Money though, innit?
well, the one that I've got's free, and it was like from all the research I did, it was like the best free one that they said you could get. But then it's dependent on the people. Like the one that Steve's got, they've said is the better one. So like some people are saying some. So it all depends. But I might start using the one that Steve's got just so we're on the same level.
Yeah,
like, so we're on the same fucking
I
thing.
can't even remember what the editor is that I use.
DJ something, is it not? Something DJ.
You do more external editing than I do. I do all mine in app. All mine's is done on TikTok and Instagram.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
But that's because you're an influencer. We're podcasters, bro.
Different segues.
Ooh.
Speaking of influence, and you've had an interesting
on my
week.
phone all the time.
That's
Yeah, no,
gross.
we do.
That's just, everything from my free phone.
Yeah. It actually flips, just in case you didn't know.
You still got that phone? I thought that phone broke.
I do it. It's a bit split in the middle. But
Oh, well.
it's,
It's not sending you a new
still
one yet.
Very appreciative.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna send Samsung a message. Be like, here, look, just so you know, I've got a phone and it's not working very well. No, like it's a shame that it has split in the middle. I don't know why, but
Oh well, it'll be going out doing all your laborious work
hard life.
when you're out there.
Hard life.
You've probably broken it against something. But speaking of your influence, you've been through a hell of a period as well for the festive period.
Yeah. I feel like
Talk
we've
to
all
people
had
about that.
lives going on, man. I feel like
Yeah,
I've not
it's
seen
been
you in like 2
nu-
years, man. It's been nuts.
Yeah, no, it's been,
Yeah, it's been
the last
nuts.
time we actually saw each other probably would have been the last pod we recorded.
Yeah, it's probably not wrong.
It's
yeah.
probably
It's
it
not
probably
wrong.
was that.
A couple of Xbox sessions in between, but
Yeah, a few chats in between and that and on Snapchat. But
the page has been pretty mental, man. It's, I mean,
not even just that, your own personal life as well.
I had a baby.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't personally. I'm not going to take credit for that. That was that was Jodie.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nash, I wasn't
Nah,
going to be here until.
you made at least 10 seconds of effort as well.
Well,
yeah.
you're right. I was there at the very beginning,
Yeah.
and I was the emotional support side person for the Labour. That was about the strength of it.
I feel so bad for Judy.
Yeah, so do I. Babe, guess who's just left a comment? Fuck off.
Listen, I know you're in Labour, but another 1,000 likes in the last hour.
I know, yeah. I've got a bit of a sore head. I honestly have no idea what this feels like. We had a baby. She wasn't meant to be here until the 28th, so she's like a month early.
And how is everything? She all good?
Good, yeah. She was small, really small.
Mhm.
Like Maya was like 9 pounds basically.
Mm-hmm.
But that's quite big.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I think you're not
What
like
are you
7 or 8 pounds, is it
Yeah,
not?
That's a bit rude.
That's right,
I know.
mate.
Call my baby
Truth hurts,
fat.
bro. Your
That's
kid's
what-
fat.
She was big, but
Kevin's
I think
finally, it's my turn.
just here to slag off my daughter. So that's what was I saying? Yeah, no, the next one, Morgan. She's small. She's tiny.
What, her name is Morrigan.
Yeah,
And what inspired that? It's a nice name. I like it.
because it's Celtic and I don't know, maybe a bit just
Should I Google it?
mad. It's not. It's the Celtic. It's one of the Celtic goddesses.
Empress or something like that,
It's
is it
like
not?
the
Yeah.
goddess had like war and death, and that sounds mad. But basically, during wars, she would stand over the top and oversee them and choose who like lived and died and shit. It was just the mythology was awesome, man. It was
It's a
super
nice
cool.
name anyway.
It's Celtic. It's Scottish. It's a bit different. It doesn't sound too nuts. You know what I mean? Like
Have you got a nickname?
Iggy.
Iggy?
That's IGGY. That's the.
I like it,
Yeah,
man.
because Mortigan, that was and Jodie was like, well, that's what we're gonna call her, so she's Iggy now. So
Oh, that's class,
she's,
man.
yeah, which suits her because she is tiny. So Iggy Piggy is my that's been my thing so far. But Iggy and Squish, that's the two of them, which I think just goes together.
Yeah, you've got
fantastic.
class nicknames there.
But
I'm
yeah,
absolutely
no,
not
it's-
calling her Iggy, by the way. I'm thinking of something
Call
else.
her,
Yeah, I think of something else.
Morgan is a long ass name, and I
Yeah,
realised
yeah.
that afterwards. I got to call her, I'm like, oh, fucking hell. I was like,
Can I just call her
take a
Mo?
breath. We had that discussion. Jodie turns like, don't you dare call my baby Mo.
He's like, I won't.
Yeah, Mo.
Yeah, we Momo, baby Momo. That's it.
That's
Mate,
it. That's it. You've just done it. You've just
I'm
done it.
there we go. We can look back in time now in like 10 years. Like that's when that's happened. That's it.
Sweet
Yeah,
Momo.
rough.
Baby Momo.
Love it.
Yeah, nah.
Or I'm gonna start
baby
I
calling
can't
her-
imagine Jodie's face the first time I meet her.
I'm
Like,
sure-
oh,
I'll tell
baby
you.
Momo.
I'll watch her face when she watches this podcast. I'll see how she responds to that. And that's out there now.
Yeah. Now everyone's gonna call her baby Momo. It's
You
either
guys,
that
you
or-
guy are getting a phone call next. That'll be the. What are you doing?
Funnily enough, my phone's off.
And I'm making Jodie sound terrible. She's actually lovely.
Mhm.
I've not been paid to say that.
just unless you call her child Mo.
I know, yeah. Yeah, call her kid funny names. She'd probably not like it too much, but. I had another baby. It was good. Yeah, it was great.
And in the midst of having another baby, you had another car crash as well.
I did.
Yeah.
27th of December, mate.
I thought you said your 27th car
I
crash.
know.
Maybe just stop driving, mate.
Feels like it, man. We.
After mocking me.
I know for hitting a puddle.
After mocking
and
me for hitting a
taking it off
puddle.
the road.
Mm-hmm.
I did. And do you know what? I can,
Karma
like,
strikes, right?
it does, man. I can. And honestly, I can give you.
It fucking doesn't. It doesn't.
Yeah. Shut up.
We'll
No,
get to that.
It was all terrible. I don't know what we're talking about. I wish it never happened. Yeah, no. I hit a puddle. I then subsequently hit a curb. Then I hit a verge. Then I hit a barrier. And then I hit up my insurance.
Yeah.
Now I'm,
It's a long time. I know. It's a
man,
it's a
bloody
long
stupidity.
period dealing with insurance and all that, and then having to get.
Yeah, but it's just a pride thing. It's just one of those that I've crashed my car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
In
and
the
it was-
midst
is
of
there any
all
other
that
cars
as well.
involved? No, there was nobody else involved. Just me.
Yeah.
It's fucking.
In the midst of everything you were going through as well, because Jodie, her waters had broke prior to that, like 2
Yeah.
days prior to that.
Like a week earlier, man.
Or was it a
actually.
week
Yeah,
or
she was,
something
yeah,
like
she
that,
had water broke for a while, and then what happens is you're really prone to infections after that.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason that we had
It's
Morgan
like a time
delivered when we
period,
did
yeah.
is because when Jodie went in, she had infection markers, which meant like she was starting to get an infection.
Mm-hmm.
And if that reached the baby, then it's obviously a really big deal. So they thought, right, fuck it, we'll get her out now. We'll treat Jodie with antibiotics, and then we'll go from there. And Jodie feels great. She's totally fine.
That's good.
Yeah, baby's totally fine. So it was the best call. Like I just props to the the NHS and particularly the Labour ward in Dundee. Yeah.
You're welcome.
9 Wells.
You're welcome.
That's
Right,
both my
pass the
parents.
message up,
That's
yeah.
both my parents.
Yeah.
It's fine. They're heroes. They don't want to
We
brag.
did go and buy like 15 boxes of chocolates though, and just distributed them around the ward after that.
No,
It was
I
like
always
fucking.
I can't lie to
Oh,
you.
man.
It's when you get there's horror stories of being in the hospital, right? But when you get someone who actually is caring and looks after you when you're in the hospital, it's totally game changing.
Yeah. The staff
you do have
amazing,
to
like,
appreciate it.
The surgery itself, man, they have them out in like 25 minutes, 30 minutes. Like to get a baby out of someone,
They're skilled, like
in
fucking
like
hell.
30 minutes is pretty wild, man. Like prepped for surgery, in there's a baby, out you go.
That's why they're at school for so long, innit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty easy, surely.
I know.
Like butterfly and a chicken, is it not?
Yeah, they want a pay rise. No,
Fold, pull.
Steve, you're halfway there. Yeah, mate. You could have to use
Realistically, in the
knives and shit,
apocalypse, I would do it.
You'd be the surgeon.
I would try. I would try.
Butchers would be surgeons.
I would try.
Apocalypse. That's how it
Yeah,
works. But yeah,
it always goes
Never once-
apocalypse.
Yeah.
Always.
It's just weird.
It's my Roman Empire, man.
I'm always living there. I'm in that
Just
realm.
waiting.
What? Yeah.
Poised. Like I'm gonna look at the
If
window
something
and it's
comes
happening.
through that door, I'm ready.
Steve,
it's
his
fine.
knives already. Right.
Yeah.
Who's needing a C-set?
butcher's knife in one hand, bread knife in the other. Like, I'm prepared for any skin
a
type.
ladle and a cooking knife. There you go. That's fucking. Yeah. Nah,
Instead of a chef's apron, though, it's a surgeon's apron.
that is a terrifying fucking image. But, especially if you're the one getting the surgery. It really him.
Do you know what you're doing? I'm a mean good cutting fillets, I'll tell you.
Yeah, trust. But yeah,
I don't know what I'm doing, but I'll be cooking it afterwards.
Yeah, I don't know how you look, but you'll taste fucking fire.
Oh, mate.
I
Yeah, get it done.
oh fuck, what was I about to say there?
Go on.
Yeah, I know it totally did. Right as I was open mouth. What were we talking about there?
Me
I was-
smashing my van.
No, but what were you just talking about there?
And then the baby, then C6, and then Steve being a
Oh,
chef.
how long it takes. And then about the being the chefs and yeah, right. Okay, I've remembered it.
This is all back.
This is another one of those.
I love it when it happens.
Boom. This is one of those. Oh fuck.
Oh, good.
Right, no. This is another one of those scenarios that you're saying, like what you were saying. But it's another scenario when you were saying if there was an apocalypse, you'd just be okay. Like you would be able to deal with it. It's the same as I seen a lot of people being on about, like people asking their husbands if they think they could land an airplane if it died in the middle of the air. If the pilot died or something like that, could they fly it? And like 90% of them, yeah. Yeah. Like without the husband doing it, right? And I would have normally agreed until after seeing that video. I went and looked. Not a chance I'm landing.
Mate.
Not a chance. I'll take a good guess at it. Some people might survive, but I'm crashing into something. Yeah, like whether it's the floor or the sea or like. But yeah, I was until I actually looked into it. I totally thought I could as well. But definitely, I'd land a plane, just grab a stick, pull it back forward and shit. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, I'm assuming a lot of people just think it's a case of fucking hold on to the wheel for dear life and pulling up. But
Yeah,
I think
that's
a lot-
always the just pull up.
like in the
more-
movies.
The more you pull, the more it does something. That's fucking,
yeah.
I think
That's like people learn how to drive from what the fuck's the movie called? I've just done what you've done.
Yeah.
What's the movie called?
Where what?
Oh, the one with Vin Diesel in that.
One with
Fast and Furious.
Yeah. It's like people learn to drive from Fast and
Yeah.
Furious, thinking you've got like 19 gear changes.
I know.
Downshifting in a drag race. Fuck are you doing?
Twice. 2 downshifts in a drag race too. What the fuck?
This guy's catching up with me. I'm gonna speed up.
Yeah, I'm gonna go a bit faster now. You know.
I love they movies though. They movies were me growing up, man. Like,
They hit nothing for me.
the first.
The only one I enjoyed was when Paul Walker passed.
Oh,
That was the only one I enjoyed.
I loved him until he crashed the car into the building in Abu Dhabi, in
Yes.
Dubai, wherever it was.
Nah, that
as soon
whole-
as I
I've seen
seen
that
that
one as well,
scene,
yeah.
I was like, I'm done with Fast
The
and
safe
Furious.
I've seen
thing
them all.
fucked me off.
What?
The whole safe thing, pulling the safe through the streets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hated that, man.
Like you think that is a multi-million pound safe, and a Challenger is pulling the cunt along the fucking
Mate,
The
street.
one thing I
honestly,
did like
it
is when they robbed the train. I liked that scene. I can't remember which movie it was, but it was like
Wait, rob the train of the car.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
new.
yeah.
That's
It was the
the
start
new
of one
Yeah, the very start.
Yeah, it was at the
when
very
they're in
start of the-
Brazil.
Yeah.
Because
Rio.
this is Brazil.
Brazil.
You say
It's the
that?
6th movie, is it not? The 6th or the
It was
5th
the
or
start of
To be
one of
honest,
the movies,
fifth
but it
is
was really good
garbage.
scene.
Yeah, 'cause
Fourth
it's in
pretty
Rio de
trash, to be
Janeiro.
honest. 3 is really good. Tokyo Drift is probably my favourite.
How the
It
fuck
wasn't,
did we
but
get
it's
from
not.
Morgan to
No,
Fast
I
and
have
Furious?
no idea.
That's
Sharp
how
left
this
on there.
happens. It's just how that
It's
happens.
because I was talking about people thinking they could land planes.
Oh yeah.
Same as the people in America that think they could all beat bears and shit like that in a fight. You know that thing? They've done a chart where it
But
was
Russians
like a chart
can.
of like what Americans all thought they could beat in a fight, and it went from like everything from like rabbit up to like what was it? Was it rabbit up to like silverback gorilla or something like that, or like blue whale or something? And honestly, most of the people thought they could take everything apart from like the whale.
What, like
people
just
were
hand in
like
hand
hand-to-hand
combat?
and they were thinking they could take lions, bears, large dogs, and like all the Americans. Yeah. Like, bro, like you have got no idea. You have got no fucking. I wouldn't even want to fight a medium dog. Never mind a big one. Because you might beat it, but if it gets a hold of you, you're not beating it.
Do you know what?
That's
I'd rather fight a medium dog than a medium cat, though. Like a cat equivalent size of a medium-sized dog
I'd rather
would shit me up.
Yeah, but you
like,
don't get that here.
Nah, not
what,
here.
what do you get, like, medium cats?
Serval
Yeah,
cats
wild
and
cats
stuff
here.
that are
Yeah,
pretty
but
big. You
You
can
go
buy
to the
them.
States and you start getting like mountain lions,
Bobcats
and,
and that.
Like an
Yeah,
actual Maine
some
Coon as well.
fucking-
They're like
Yeah, but-
actual Maine
Yeah,
Coons are
they're big,
fucking
Yeah, but
Yeah.
mountain lions are massive. That's not like a medium cat.
I mean, they're not.
There's like
They
what's
don't-
like
I don't think
dog
they're bigger
size?
than, like-
What's like dog size cat
like a lynx or something like that.
or a bobcat? Is that even bigger? Do you think?
See, is a mountain lion even any much bigger than like an Alsatian?
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
I didn't
Yeah,
know
man.
what-
Mountain
Yeah,
lions are
bro.
massive.
Oh, really?
bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
really?
a mountain lion.
yeah.
It's
It's
a mountain
lion, bro.
It's a mountain lion. That's the yeah. No, yeah, I didn't.
Yeah,
know
no,
they were-
they're big.
Yeah, they're
Have
long
you not
as
seen
hell,
the videos
man.
of the people like there's a video of a guy and he like obviously like
Walking
people
up
that
the
have
hill.
zoos.
Oh, and it's like thingy.
Well,
and
people
up.
that
I
have
know,
zoos
Yeah,
and
that's
come
fucking
out like
scary,
that.
man.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah,
this
that's a fair
size.
point.
You
Yeah,
know what I
that's a
mean?
fair
Like,
point. Nah, fuck that noise.
it's mad.
Have
I
you seen
think
that video where the boy's walking up the dirt
it's
track
like
and
chasing
then
them away.
the mountain lion's like chasing him away because he walked up on his cubs
oh, and it's doing
and
this
it's
whole
doing
thing.
this
Yeah,
jumping
yeah.
at him like that,
yeah.
man. It's mad.
Yeah, a
They're
small
huge.
cat. House cats when they get pissed off, man, you get a proper scratch. It's sore as hell.
Yeah. My hand is bitten up because of Beans. Beans ruined me, man. Beans is
playing with
Kowie's
cats is a
little
bad-
cat, and he absolutely ruined my hand one day.
Yeah, man, playing with cats is a dangerous game. Good
Yeah,
fun.
yeah. But
Dangerous.
my point was, right, what I was trying to think of what is like a dog-sized cat, and if I could beat that in a fight.
Nah, not a cat.
But what-
Maybe
you
a
have to give me a-
medium
you have to-
dog. Yeah, but I don't think you'd be a cat of the same size.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. So I
Yeah.
need an animal that is that.
Like if you got
Give me
I
an
don't know,
animal
like-
that is that. I'm thinking bobcat, but I think even there's a little bit bigger.
Yeah,
But that's the thing. A
Nah, I think
bobcat would
there's-
be like the size of an Alsatian, and I'm telling you, a bobcat fucks up an Alsatian every day.
Oh,
Yeah,
mate.
I wouldn't
Yeah,
fight a
yeah.
bobcat.
Nah,
I wouldn't
nah,
fight a
nah,
bobcat.
Nah. But even folks think like silverback. How the fuck you think like a chimp will fuck you up? I'll
I
tear
saw
your
the-
arms off and beat you to death with them.
I
Like,
saw a
that's
stat
chimp.
that silverback gorillas were 5'11". They're only 5'11",
Oh,
and it was
they
like
bother.
comparing.
Mm,
It was
it
comparing.
depends.
No, it was comparing. Obviously, they can be bigger, but the average size of it was that. It was like comparing a silverback gorilla and a grizzly bear. And the grizzly bear was 10 foot. The silverback gorilla was like 5'11". The gorilla had like whatever the size gorilla was. He only had like 100 more on his bite.
the bite force.
Bite force. He
Yeah.
only had like 100 more, but on his strength, it was like 3 times what the bear
Oh,
had.
yeah.
Yeah.
But is it
And-
not? I can't. It's like 20. Is it 10 times actually? It's something like 10 or 20 times the strength of an average male is what an average silverback gorilla
Yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah.
Which is mental.
That's wild.
The grizzly bear was like 3,200 on the strength scale, and then the silverback gorilla was like 12,000,
Do you know what's got the highest?
and it's
bite
like
force?
half the size.
I wouldn't fight one.
Nah, I wouldn't fight. Fuck that, man. Even
don't-
even a bear would terrify me.
Yeah, bears are scary as shit.
Even
man. How
even
do
just
you
a
deal with
black
that?
bear.
I'm googling
Nah.
this right now. Trying to
I
find
don't
out.
know deal with that. Yeah, do you know what's
I
got the
think it was
highest
on
bite
X.
force? You know, jaguar apparently.
Is that
Yeah, jaguar.
jaguar?
Yeah, apparently there was a video online. It was one of them. They can like crush the top of like an alligator skull to like eat them.
Yes.
I
Apparently
have
they
seen
predate
that.
Alligators and
You
stuff.
can-
It's
yeah,
like
they
can
crocodiles,
pierce the skull, yeah.
Alligators, crocodiles.
Yeah, they've got the
One of
highest
the two.
PSI
But
of bite force or something like
Do
that.
crocodiles not have quite a soft skull?
Oh, I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
Either way.
Brave person to check though, innit?
Yeah, very true.
Nah, this one's fine.
Because I've seen lots of videos of alligators getting it's the neck innit.
Yeah, they're scary as well,
Like
man.
cats
Fucking
attacking them from-
dinosaurs, like
Right.
Yeah.
So
There's a
it
reason
says
they've lived that long.
an average silverback is 6 feet. An average grizzly bear is 8 feet, standing on its back. This is both of them standing on their back feet.
Yeah,
though.
Okay.
So this is 6 foot and 8 foot. The lifespan of a gorilla is about 40 years. Grizzly bear's 20 to 25. Oh my god, a grizzly bear can run at 35 miles an hour. A gorilla
Yeah,
can run
but-
at 20 miles an hour. And
35 miles an hour.
And what can a human run at?
I like half of that.
No, I think human you could probably run at like 20, like 18 to 20 mile an hour maybe.
Probably.
I'm not running 20 miles an hour.
No, you're not.
No.
Nah, I'm a fuck.
A bear's strength without aggression is 2 to 5 times stronger than the average human. A gorilla, however, is 4 to 9 times stronger than the average human. When standing, a silverback can be around 5 foot 11 inches, whereas a grizzly can reach about 10 feet. Yeah, so you're right. A gorilla's bite force is 13,000 PSI, PSI, and a grizzly bear's is 12,000. Well,
So you're only 100 more.
1,250. So yeah, so a gorilla has 50 PSI higher bite force.
Which, if it was biting you, you wouldn't be that concerned about, really. You know what I mean? You wouldn't be like,
I don't think that's 20.
Oh, I
that's
wish
20
that was
PSI
a
lighter
bear,
than
you know
the
what I
bear.
I'm really
Yeah,
glad
yeah.
this isn't a gorilla.
Oh damn, this might hurt if it was a silverback.
That's scary, man.
I'm trying to find
Nature
the.
is
The last
scary,
one's
like,
the
that is-
strength, or I
Yeah,
think
that's
they
what I'm
might
trying to find the strength.
they might have made
yeah.
up the strength because like it was.
What if you give the
abnormal.
bear a gun? No, I'm just-
Bears don't have opposable thumbs, so
Ah,
you can't
see,
even
so
hold
useless.
it. Gorilla,
Yeah.
shoot some. Oh no, they did say the strength, mate. They said that a bear's is 2 to 5 times stronger than an
And
average
4
male,
to
and 4 to 9 times stronger for a gorilla.
An average male.
So I was right.
Like,
Well, my 10 per. My 10
And
times
I
was
was right
close
with
enough.
my memory.
remember
Look at that with all our facts. So yeah, a gorilla's beating a bear.
Nah, I'm good with that. Even, do you know
Yeah.
what?
Joe Rogan thinks a bear would beat a gorilla.
A pig. I don't want to
Nah.
get in a fight with a pig. Pigs,
I do.
Pigs, pigs as well, because they can bite hard, and I'm not down for that. Nah,
Yeah, mate, but their range of motion for bite is this.
But let's
Yeah,
be. Can
I
we
don't
just
care.
be real for 2 seconds?
Fucking hell, man.
What are you fighting?
I don't know. A pigeon?
Yeah, what can you?
No, all life is sacred. Fuck off.
Yeah, this is what I was way to say. What is it you would fight?
Nah.
Yeah, what's
Well, if
the,
it
what's
was
the
life or
biggest
death,
animal
like-
you could think you could beat in a fight?
Genuinely, the big, like,
Genuinely on your heart, the biggest animal you think you could smash in a fight?
Life or
Land
death?
animal.
Life or death?
Yeah, like
I-
as in you've
the
been put
best
in the middle of a
skills
room with them.
usually
And
like dogs, and I think anything bigger than a good sized Rottweiler, and I'm out. Like I reckon
trying
a
to think
small
of a-
female Rottweiler, maybe.
Let's try and think of
Like-
an abnormal animal though, not a dog.
Honey badger. No,
That's a
wouldn't fight
white.
it.
Nah,
That's a
scary,
fucking.
well, fuck these things too.
That's what I'm saying to you. That's
I
a.
would-
Rabies.
I would kick it as hard as I could in the face and fucking run.
You
like,
seen the
absolute
claws on
boot
the
and
thing,
run.
man?
Yeah, mate,
Have
I'd
you
be
seen?
gone.
Have you seen moose?
Yeah,
I
mate, they're
didn't
like
realise how
fucking
fucking
12
big
feet
they
tall.
were, man.
Mate, they're huge. Moose.
Oh man.
No way am I fighting a
that's
moose.
Scary. Nah, I don't know.
What about a fully grown ostrich?
Nah,
No.
no,
No. No.
Nah, I'm not.
I need some form of
But
weapon
one
for
leg
them.
kick and it's
Even a
done.
horse, like a medium-sized horse, and it's game over. Like, nah, you're like
A horse?
Horses are fucking horrifying. Man.
Yeah, bro. I don't even know how you would say that. I'm not
Oh,
fighting a
Nah,
horse.
you're not fighting a horse.
I'm
Nah,
not
that's
fighting a horse.
Yeah, like a Shetland pony.
Nah, you're
Just
not fighting a Shetland
big.
pony. Yeah, I'm telling you, you ain't
You're
fighting
not,
one of them
no,
either.
you're
Nah,
not,
man,
you're
my gran had 13 of them, but I'm telling you, I'm not fighting a Shetland pony. Like, yeah, because you wouldn't be able to
They're
grab
like-
hold. That it's so strong that even if you grabbed hold of it, it would whip itself round so its back legs free and boot you in the guts.
You know
before
what?
could even you could not.
Have you
keep
seen
I'm
hold
People
of
changing
it.
my
fight
answer. I
horses,
would
man.
fight a horse because horses can be broken. That's the thing, right? So it would be submissive at one point.
Wait, with a car, maybe.
Yeah, but you can be broken
Oh, right,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, so you
okay,
don't
like,
need to fight it to death. You're gonna break it if you can like ride it.
No, that's not how it works because it's trying to kill you too. You
No,
can't just be
no,
like,
no,
"You-
no,
you
no,
chill-
no.
You've been playing too much Red Dead.
No,
that's
no,
what
no,
I-
no, no.
We'll just chill out and wait till the horse is
I'm
calm,
being
and then I'll
realistic.
ride it.
No,
No,
but
if
you
it-
can't
friends.
tell the
somebody has
animal.
put you in a room
You
and
can't
gone,
tell the animal.
fight that thing. If it kills you, you lose.
Yeah, but
obviously.
you can't tell the horse to do
It's
that.
japped up on roids.
Okay,
it's an
fair
angry
enough.
fucking
You
fight.
change
No,
everything.
never. Is it like that gassed out of the Pokemon movie? That fucking
The what?
The Pokemon movie, the live action one with Ryan Reynolds.
Never
You
saw
know
it.
exactly what I'm talking
I
about.
do
You should
know, but I
watch it.
can't think of what you're on
Detective
about.
Pikachu. It's
Question:
like a pink gas, and it makes all the Pokemon really aggressive.
Did you remember
Yeah.
Monopoly?
I didn't.
No, I knew you wouldn't.
Nah, I fucking
No, you
didn't.
wouldn't.
Nah. I
So
fucking
yeah,
didn't.
well, angry horse. Like we're imagining these animals are
Right,
trying
okay,
to fight
okay,
you.
okay,
Like the
okay,
animals
okay.
want to fight you back.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go back to pig and say, I don't know. Pigs can be vicious, man.
Pig will eat
And
you
a
given the
big
opportunity.
pig, if it's a big pig,
Oh, like a warthog and shit. Fuck that.
no,
Like,
not
I
a
don't
warthog.
think,
'Cause you
I
got
was gonna
tusks
say,
in
like
that.
proper,
But if
like,
you go, if you
wild
just
pigs,
go out
like-
the back of Arbroath, right, there are wild, not wild. There's farmed pigs
Yeah,
out there,
domestic
and
pigs.
they're huge,
Yeah.
like massive, like chunky.
Yeah, they get angry when you get near that fence.
Fuck
too.
them, I'm killing a pig.
Yeah, they get.
I'm beating a
They're
pig.
choking it out.
I'm beating. Nah, I'm a fuck. I'm gonna run into it full speed and try and knock it over, and then like just try and like like pull its jaw in half or something like that. Like do something to end it. Like
Mortal Kombat.
well, you said. Listen. I'm sorry, but if a pig's trying to kill me, I'm not. Oh, what would fucking? What are they called? The fucking like. I'm not gonna care about what anybody thinks. Like I'm killing that pig.
Fucking.
So yeah, I reckon if I could get behind it, then its head isn't to me, and then I run into it full speed, it'll knock it over on it, and then I can just sit on it and beat the fuck out.
You
of
could
it.
have said any animal to me, and I went, yeah, you could beat it.
Who me?
Yeah.
Oh,
I've got that much faith in you.
damn.
Damn.
Now do an MMA competition this year.
No, I'll do jiu-jitsu one.
Nah, bro, just get on cast this, man.
Right, well, get me a couple bears to get myself practiced with, and then I'll fight.
Is that an innuendo?
And a couple of bears. That's what you like. how droll is that fucking comedy? I was actually thinking about that earlier on. There was somebody. It was like comments online, and somebody had said something. It's like, bro is on. What was it? pharmacy grade copium or something, right? And like it was like their insults between each other. Like I was sitting there laughing. It was like kids like fucking taking the piss out of each other.
That's like a proper Gen Z insult.
Yeah,
isn't it?
And I remember
That's
when we
mad.
were younger, the go-to thing. And it was like it's obviously not nice. It was
I shagged
always-
your mum. That was the
or
go-to.
it was, you're gay. I was like, you're gay. You know, and that was always like the.
Oh, when
like
you
the-
were like really young.
Yeah,
when
man,
you were
that
like
was always
6
like
and
the
that.
go-to. Like, oh, you're gay. And you just wonder, like, you get older, you're like, what the fuck was that about? And it's like, no,
That must have been thrown into us
the
by
best
by
insult.
our parents. It must have
There's
been.
maybe something to be said for the generation before, but
It
that's
must
yeah.
have been. It must
Yeah,
have been.
it was like just the go-to, like, haha, you're, and I like. It was this mad pejorative, and it's just not that. If you called somebody gay now, there's a good chance you'd maybe be right.
It's a 50-50
They
shot.
wouldn't be offended
Yeah.
at all. They're just
No,
like,
no,
yeah,
no.
so,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, yeah,
It's just
nah,
about ha ha ha. You're straight. Like,
yeah, no, yeah, no, it's
It doesn't mean anything now, though, especially. But it also didn't mean anything when you were 6. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
you've got
this
nothing.
is-
You're not
this is
saying
like-
it in
yeah, this
any
is-
malice. You're just saying it. You don't
But
even
then
know what
you
you're
wonder,
saying.
Even when I was in high school, I mean, there were only like a couple of years that you were in the school like after me. But I don't like. I don't
Oh.
say I know a couple of tens of years. No,
I can't say that. I'm 30 this year.
oh, yeah.
Mm.
Are you really?
Mm.
I didn't think. I thought you were like 28.
I'm 20.
Thanks, bruv.
Oh, you older than him.
Yeah,
I
man.
thought you were in the same year.
I was
Nah,
but
man.
I was younger than everyone else in the year.
Ah, do you get held back?
I was too
No, you
smart.
got held
I
back.
went put to
Who
school
got held
early.
back? If one was older than the other.
I
No one
went
got
put-
held
I'm not
back.
saying anybody
He
necessarily
is
was. but if one was
28.
to be older than
He
the
is
other.
28. I
I
am
got put to
29.
school early because I was
29.
smart, mate.
You're
That's
way
what it
better.
is.
He's away to be 29, and I'm away to be 30.
Good
Yeah.
maths.
But he's
Good
29 next month,
In February, yeah.
I get you.
and I'm 30 in September.
Old.
I'm old. Yeah,
Rude.
but anyway, I don't remember like high school being like that for us. Like I don't
No.
remember that being like because there was like gay folk in high school and stuff like that. It was never like a
No, I don't ever think it was that.
an
I think-
insult. But earlier on, like when we were younger, that was like gen up just the insult. Like I don't know when it's
Generally, I would agree with you. I don't think. I mean, I wasn't obviously not gay. Obviously,
I was. That was a past tense.
Sorry.
That's what Freudian slip.
I was
Obviously-
really gay.
obviously, I'm not gay, so I didn't experience any of that during high school. Like, so if you were a gay person, you might say different.
Yeah,
but
that's the fucking problem.
looking on the outside, and I would say it didn't really think there was much homophobia going around in our broth at
Yeah.
that time, and most of the majority of the stuff I would say probably came from bigger cities such as
Yeah.
like Glasgow, Edinburgh, and then when you go down south, that's where a lot of the news comes in when it's from English cities and that. I
Yeah.
don't think Scotland's ever been that bad for it.
Scotland's quite progressive, you know. Like,
A lot of the
Scotland's
time
like-
Scotland is, but like
Fucking lefties.
I wouldn't say I don't know. I don't know what even that means. So
yeah,
It was
no,
just a joke. It was just.
You're right though. I don't remember school being homophobic, but
not
I
really.
because I'm
either.
not gay,
I
I
don't
wouldn't.
either.
I also don't remember it being particularly.
So you were
racist,
quiet
but-
there, so I didn't know if you were agreeing or disagreeing.
No, I'm saying I didn't think like I can't remember any time where I seen someone getting like berated or anything for being gay, like and
No.
got being
Well,
bullied
And I-
for it
we
or anything
wouldn't.
like that.
I suppose we wouldn't.
And I believe-
theoretically really know. You know what I mean? Like,
This is what I'm saying. I never saw it. I don't think I ever saw it.
Because you're not the one doing it, and you're not somebody that is obviously like gay. Like you're
Yeah,
probably just
yeah.
like a lot of people would have tried to do that kind of abuse, like
And
like without you
maybe it's
noticing it,
maybe
so
something
we
we've
maybe
not
just didn't-
remembered.
yeah,
I mean, I was.
because the people we hung around with, we weren't doing
Yeah.
it. But
I
that
was
doesn't
in
mean
all
other
the
people-
emos and stuff. There was a
Yeah.
large proportion of emos, the emos that I had. There was like gay folk and bi people, and like I
Well,
was just totally ordinary. Like I don't like.
some of our best friends in high school were gay and bi. So
I think
like,
that's what it was. There was a few people that we knew in school that was like we knew they were gay, like
Yeah.
from day dot,
that's-
if you know what I mean.
yeah.
So it's like for us, it wasn't
I've never
like we
cared.
weren't interested. Yeah, like
Literally
they were
never
our
cared.
mates, so we were like, yeah, well, you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
That was my thought process earlier. I just thought I'd share with you that. It was just the evolution of insults. It's so bizarre that we've went like the way that they've changed. Because like you say, when you were younger, that was just a normal thing, and you got older, it's totally not. And now apparently it's pharmacy grade copium. I don't know what the fuck that means.
Yeah, they do actually, especially on TikTok. You see them come away with all really like, some weird insults.
Really,
to
like
each other. You're
inventive
what?
fucking insults,
Yeah,
man.
like,
Like
what's
that's
this?
it's proper like thinky shit, and I'm reading it like
It's
I
because
don't-
they've got
I don't know,
fuck all the nothing else to do with their time, man.
They're
They're
seeing
all their
everything
time
on fucking
internet,
TikTok,
yeah.
man.
They're never
Yeah.
off the fucking internet.
I can't say I'm helping there. Am I?
No, you're
Part of the
you're
problem,
on the
right?
internet more than probably
Yeah,
most of us are.
yeah,
But
it's fucking part of the problem apparently. But that's
yeah.
No, but you post positivity.
I do, and I try my fucking best. Like
You're not posting fucking slagging people off, slanderous stuff. You know what I mean?
I
You're
don't
posting
even really
good
respond
things.
to negativity. With like usually, I must say I've slipped this last like 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Like on Facebook, a couple of like my video went up on Unilad. Bear in mind they didn't ask for my fucking video. Like I'm not gonna go into that too much, but yeah, they basically just put my video and took my
Did they
thingy
credit
off
you?
it. Yeah, they did in the comments, but they took my stamp off it, my watermark, and put other music on it, and then redid all the captions with their own captions. And
Yeah, so it
a
was
bunch
just
of
the
stuff.
video that was his.
Yeah.
Everything else. They
And then
did
in the
something different.
comments at Instagram, like Earthdrop at Instagram.
That's
blah,
bad
blah,
crack,
like,
that.
Yeah, it's a bit wild.
Anyway.
But yeah, they put it up on Facebook. Now, obviously, different social medias all have different like
Users.
demographics and stuff. And TikTok and Instagram can be generally quite like wholesome as far as I'm concerned. There's a lot of good shit goes on there. Facebook, on the other hand, it went up on Facebook. Now I got comment after comment after load of lovely comments too. Don't get me wrong. Load of people that came from the other like social medias. Like, look, I've seen Josh's stuff. It's great. The amount of comment. This is fake. He put all that rubbish there. This is totally fake. But none of you. Like, I've provided you with my fucking page. You can go and check the roughly like 2,000 videos I've got of me like out there digging this stuff out the ground, and it's still he put it there. And it just like this, like the few comments don't like make a difference because like it's every so often it kind of go well. But like you say, see when it was on like and I just seen the amount of them. It was just, but it was all like the same sort of age of people, and it was one of those just like just fucking.
Trust me, you don't have to tell me how shy Facebook is.
Yeah.
Facebook is literally the worst app on it.
It's
out there.
It's a really gossipy sort of like.
It's just a place for trolls, man.
Yeah,
Literally,
yeah.
like in every sense of the word, without like people that are just upset with themselves. Just must be in a dark place to sit on Facebook all day because there's comments, and if you go through people's Facebook pages, there's stuff that they share, and everyone's got something to say about something they have no expertise and experience in. So Facebook's just not the place to promote your social media platforms
not
or
anything
any of your
positive,
businesses.
like,
No, because nothing's
yeah.
positive is going to come from it. People are always looking for a negativity on there.
I just don't.
Whereas when you look on Instagram, it is positivity that you get back a lot of the time.
Yep.
Yeah, it's positive. People messaging you and stuff
But
on.
I think Facebook radicalizes people, man. Like, see if you go on Facebook and you look at something that you don't like, it's like it knows and it goes, here's more of it. Here's
For
more
me,
of it. Here's
right,
more of it.
It
Like,
definitely does. Like, it
I
definitely,
got thrown Ben Shapiro like a day after day for ages, just like here you go, and I
For
got to the
me-
point I was nearly interacting with him, like
What for me, right, is Facebook was one of the first social medias that everybody had,
Yeah.
right? So we had MSN and Bebo and stuff like that beforehand. You had MySpaces and stuff, but Facebook was the first one that it crossed generations.
Yeah.
Everyone eventually
yeah, 'cause
ended
people was
up
all
getting,
young
right?
people, like that was all like the
Yeah.
kids and shit. When we
But
had
then
it.
when
That
you got
was-
into Facebook, you've eventually found, oh Christ, my mum's now on Facebook, and then the younger generation kind of came off it, but through that's the first one that everyone jumped on, and it's the one that people have stayed on. A lot of the people have stayed on, but they haven't went to other platforms like Twitter because it's confusing
It's
for
older
some
people,
people.
like
Yeah.
middle-aged to older people.
That's what I'm
can't
saying.
get
That's
So
on
it's-
it, so-
problematic because what that suggests is there's a whole generation of people, and it's the generation that are like the issue, not the platform,
Well, it's
which is really difficult. Like,
I think it
you would
speaks
hope that's
for
not the case.
a whole social case as well. Like it's the standard of people who don't have like the finer things who have extra time to go looking at Twitter and Instagram and stuff like that. It's the lower demographic who stay on Facebook and comment on these things. Because look at the people who comment on these things. It's not people that are like police officers or firemen or you know what? It's people who are all doing these different standard of jobs who have the free time to look on Facebook.
There's a lot of retired people are very angry on Facebook, very angry, and I think it's because a lot of the stuff that gets shown is this targeted hate stuff. You know, this like, here's a little headline that you'll fucking definitely hate about how transgender immigrants are stealing all your pension. You know what I mean? And they'll flock to it like that's and it is. It's shit like that, and they'll run to it, mouth foaming, to be like, this is fucking back in my day, but just chill, all right? It's not a real story. You've been baited. You know what I mean? And they just don't understand.
No, people
it.
can't
It just
click
makes them
that there's fake
perpetually
news.
angry.
There literally,
man.
I know the whole fake news thing is a bit cringe, but there literally is lots and
but
lots
it's
of
made
like
to make you
fake
upset.
stuff up,
Yeah.
made stuff up.
Yeah, I think we covered that, did we? I can't remember if that was one of the podcasts we did. We talked about how advertising used to be like, we'll sell people the happy dream and like, oh, this is what will happen if you buy this, and then it was, look at this sexy person, you'll buy this because of them, and now it's, we'll make you really depressed, and if you're really depressed, you'll want to buy stuff to make yourself feel better.
Yeah.
So now you just get fed depressing stuff like so often.
Yeah, so there's like a lot of the stuff that's out there. out there on the social media platforms, about 80% of it is made up, and like people don't realize that you have to fact check the stuff you see as well, because you can't just run with everything you see.
Have you seen the one about Star Wars? Have you seen this thing about the woman that's directing the new Star Wars?
No.
Okay. So there's an
Too busy, to be fair.
Yeah, that's fair. There's a clip going around at the moment about the woman that's directing the new Star Wars movie, right? Which already people are obviously up in arms about because it's Star Wars and she's a woman. So you can imagine what the comments are like. But there's an interview with her years ago. She's been asked about making men uncomfortable, and she's like, "I like to make men uncomfortable," like blah blah, right? This is the part, and they've taken that clip. And they've went, oh, this is the new director, and this is what she's talking about with Star Wars. Okay, so it turns out she was speaking at a women's conference on to do with women's safety in certain situations, and when it's put into context, it makes total fucking sense. Because you are required to make people uncomfortable to put these points across, which is she's right. But because that's been clipped, and that little bit's been snippeted, I've seen it on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, a lot, and it's all people in the comments, how dare she try and ruin Star Wars? But like, you're being baited into thinking that's the fucking narrative. You're arguing against something that's not happening. You know what I mean? Like, and it is. It's horrible to see because it makes folk upset, and there's no need for it.
No, it's just that literally just shows you the mindlessness that it doesn't take anything to post on social media. Like people just see something and instantly post their thoughts in comments without thinking about what they're posting.
Consequences or who's on the other side.
Yeah, they just do it.
Yeah.
They'll just post it without thinking about what they're saying, or even if what they're saying is correct.
Yeah, that's why I responded to a couple of the comments being like, I'm a person, and I am out here doing this for the longest time for absolutely nothing to try and make things a bit better, and I will get fucking demotivated if I'm going on in the comments and, oh, this is fake.
No, it is.
And you just go, because it takes you 30 seconds to go and verify that it isn't. And you saying that might have an effect on somebody.
I had that. My first experience of that this weekend just passed with that whole thing with work.
Wild.
The whole thing with work that went on.
Wild.
They posted a promotional photo of my venison dish that I put on as a special for people to try, and it didn't go down very well in town.
How much was it?
It was $23.50.
Yeah, which for venison.
Yeah.
It's the same price as the steak.
Yeah, I was going to say, for a cut of venison, what is most people paying anyway? You know what I mean? It's not the kind of meat you're just picking up off the street.
What people don't realise, it cost the pub £250 just to get the venison in the building.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, £250 just to get the venison in the building. So the money has to come back somewhere. Also, like, the preparation that I put into the sauce, it takes 4 days to make the sauce. Yeah. Well, 3 days of boiling everything.
It takes you however long to learn how to do that shit.
It's taken me the last 10 years to away travelling learn how to do that. And I'm not trying to give... Like, everyone was saying it's ridiculous that the Porty's expecting people to pay this for a meal. Everyone's saying it's a child's portion. Yeah. If you come to the restaurant, if you had even looked at the menu, you would see that on the menu is the classic steak pie, the classic fish and chips, a burger with haggis and black pudding on it.
Yeah, pasta dish.
There's a mushroom tagliatelle pasta dish. There's a sweet potato curry.
That's the thing.
I'm trying to cater for everybody, right? But I was also trying to show my ability.
Yeah, of course.
And not let myself get stuck in a rut of just doing homely food and forgetting my training.
Yep.
So I was trying to do a little bit something nice and put it out there for the town to try. And the people that came in and did try it loved it.
Yeah.
But
the feedback from anyone that had been there
was
really
amazing.
Good.
Yeah,
it was really good.
I had a table call me out that night, the night the post went up. I didn't know anything about it. They put up a post. I was doing service, finished service, and no one told me. But the restaurant manager was downstairs in a tizz because all these bad comments were coming in on the page, and it was bad promotion for the pub. And no one told me after service. It came to light. They all came up and told me, and I was like, "But I've just had a table pull me out to the restaurant and tell me how amazing it was, and ask me about me and my career and what I'm planning on doing with the Porty." So the online comments you can't let it get to you, but it does. Like, I woke up the next day really demoted because of all these comments and
that's what
that
got
happened.
To me for you. That's what I said to you as well. I was sitting there with Jodie and I was like, I'm fucking fizzing. I'm annoyed. Like,
me and the owners woke up the next day and we both felt like we don't want to go in today.
Yeah, what's
the
point?
What's the point in going in today? But as soon as I got up out my bed, showered, it lit a fire under my belly. And that day I was in at 9 o'clock. and I worked harder than I've ever worked.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
just to try and prove people wrong.
But
So
then this is the problem. These idiots that are making these comments and stuff like that have no concept of what they're talking about. Like that, and it's evident from the fact because you're taking. So for anyone that won't know as well, obviously you're taking over, like you and the owners have taken over an old business that no longer functions, and it didn't function because nobody went there, and nobody went there when they were serving the exact food these people were complaining about not having. In the comment, oh, I missed the old porty for the old steak pie, but you didn't go to the old porty for the old steak pie, so you can't sit here now and go, oh, I miss it, because they're the same people that will complain when there's nothing left in the town.
yeah.
You know what I mean? The first ones to go, why is there no businesses in the town? Because there's folk like you on social media going to a small business, oh, this is ridiculous because it doesn't meet my exact requirements. Well, order something else.
And the thing with the whole post was they weren't saying, come, this is the price of everything on our menu.
No,
you know what I mean? Like,
it's not.
if you're going to have something that's a little bit nicer and out there,
Yeah.
it's there, it's available to you. But I still have everything else you want, like
Yep.
the steak pie,
Yep.
the curries, the
But that's what I mean.
pasta
It took
dishes.
2 seconds of research to see that.
yeah,
It
and
took 2 seconds to go and figure that out for themselves.
yeah. If you just looked or even visited the place, since it's been open, but when people just comment out of nothing, like they have no experience or no
Yeah.
like interaction with the pub, then what's the point in commenting about
Yeah.
it? You haven't been in, so
No intention of going. You've
No.
not been there before. You're not going in now. So why are you sitting there lining it on Facebook? Just for
and then
attention.
it all turned round on the next day. You know what I mean? Like the posts after a few comments got put out. You put a comment up on a post, Kiwi, that went well, and
I
then
specifically put a comment up replying who decided that she wanted to be verbally abusive. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not going any further than that, but I just need to get that in.
Fan.
You idiot.
Fantastic.
There we
Yeah,
go. Right, now carry on.
Send that out. Just snip just that. And use that as the front.
I'm sorry, I apologise for that, but I need to do that. Fuck that bitch.
Nah,
Right, carry on.
nah.
the, like loads of comments went up. Then defending the pub and the food that, like you said, people that came in,
Yeah, man.
they all defended the food.
all
and that,
all you
so-
see is what it was blatantly clear in the comments is every comment that was bad were people that hadn't come. Were people that, and
Yeah.
you could look through them and you could see they were just like they were just fucking idiots, eh? And then like, well, I'm sorry, but it's happening. Well, here we are. But and they were, but then all the good comments were pictures of the meal. Oh, I was in yesterday. It was good. Here's
Yeah.
my steak pie. It was fantastic. You know what I mean? So like, as soon as
Someone-
you see that, you're like, and fuck off.
Someone actually posted a
a
photo.
fake picture. Your
a f-
boss told me that.
Someone posted a fake picture of a steak pie that was store bought on a different plate and that, and posted it saying it was one that I'd made, and that they'd been served at
That's
the port.
you're surely
No,
liable for
no.
slander for shit like that.
So your
Like,
your manager was saying to me as well. I don't know if it was another person or something, but somebody had gotten a picture or something like that of one of the dishes that had been made, but then had posted it as their own, grilling it, saying it was like terrible. But then he was like, "I was in serving that night. They were not in here." He was like I was the one serving the whole night. He was like, those people did not turn up in here. So how they managed to apparently post
so
this
what
picture?
is
so
there out of sabotaging something like that? Something
because people seeing something like, oh, they're waiting to restart something. That's a good opportunity. Someone's building something. Oh, but I'm
I'll
not.
tear it the
Ah,
fuck
fuck
down.
you then.
Like,
Yeah, you're doing good.
nah,
I'm not.
just-
Like, as I said, this is why. That's the only way to put it. Like, they're so miserable and sad in their own existence that they're sitting in their house like, oh, I just hate myself. Oh, I'm fucking coming. Oh, I hate myself. Like,
it
it's
is
mad.
projection, and there is a lot.
It is. It's I can't stand other people being happy because I'm miserable.
Yeah. But then, like I say, I mean, we've discussed it at one point in my life. Like I was like that as well. Like I don't mean to that degree. I don't mean small businesses and shit. I mean that being angry at other people because you fucking hate yourself, kind of deal. Like, and you wonder a lot of times with these.
I'm right there right now.
You wonder sometimes you get like I say, I've had comments on TikTok in the past, and I've basically went, look, are you actually that angry at me about this, or are you like
Are you
fucked
okay?
off about something in your life? Like, be honest with me. Like, are you all right? Like, and a lot I've had. It happened on live once. Some boy came on and started giving me abuse on my live. I was like, mate, look, I'm running a mental health live here. Like, I'm walking around doing nothing. Like, I'm not fucking offending MD. I don't mention politics. I don't mention like polarizing topics. Like, I purposely try and keep this
Just
place
trying
as like
to
calm
help.
as possible. And I was like, I don't understand why you're coming at me like this. Like, I've not done anything. And the boy responded to me later. He's like, do you know what? I'm really sorry. Like, that was out of hand. And he followed me, and he was in every subsequent live after that. Like, lovely as fuck. Like, it's really tough to look at these people and go, you must be fucking miserable, and still like, because at the same time, I don't feel bad for these people. You know what I mean? Like, if that's what you're doing, if you're purposely trying to sink a business, or you're purposely trying to upset somebody, it doesn't really matter what your excuses is. It's out of hand. But
Yeah.
you've got to wonder what the fuck's going on in people's lives that they think that's okay. Like
I think
was-
as with him, as a bunch of a lot of people, like some people like clearly just don't have any kindness in their life, and it's like,
Yeah,
in
I
that
just-
situation, you showed that guy a little bit of kindness, a little bit of "Are you okay?" and instantly it was, "No, I'm not actually. I'm sorry."
Yeah, nah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's, these people obviously don't have anyone that's actually been to them being like, "Look, like, do you need help with something?" Or like, "Are
Which
you
is
actually
sad,
okay?"
But
So
not
then-
your burden to bear. As
Yeah,
well,
so
you
then
know what I
they're
mean? Like,
on the
that's-
online. They have no one to speak about. They've got all this stuff in their head. It's making them angry. It's getting them wound up. They see something that slightly irritates. Fuck them. Boom.
Yeah,
Without
yeah.
even thinking, I'm just mad and I'm going. And you
Yeah.
see the perfect example. The minute you took a minute to be like, "Look, like, dude, like, are you actually okay?" He was like, "Nah, you're right. I'm not."
But
You know what I mean?
counter to that, there are also the people that are stupid enough to think that their opinion matters about everything that they have no
That's
experience
an
in.
attention
So,
side of thing as
Yeah,
well.
there is an attention-seeking side of posting online
Yeah.
all the time with a comment about something you have no
Yeah.
experience or.
Have you noticed that small village Facebook is really bad for
Yeah.
Ardgrowth?
Mhm.
Ardgrowth online is a hotbed for shitty takes from shitty people.
Mhm.
And it, like,
I'm on it
it
just to read
boils my
things.
blood, man. It really
It's mental.
just and it is, and it's because they get attention from other people in the town. And I've seen it just bullies, just
Yeah.
horrible little bullies, and nobody says anything because usually they're well-known Ardgrowth figures or whatever. You know what I mean? There's one of them I called out. I point blank says that you're a bully. By the way, you're an absolute arsehole. What he'd been is he'd basically been this. There'd been a reptile shop open in the high street. They were selling like reptiles.
I
and
remember
shit.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Lovely little shop.
I've been in there. It was a
Really
nice shop
owners.
too.
Yeah. Well, the parking charges came in, so they put up a post saying how the parking charges were affecting their business, as did the rest of Ardgrowth. We all, remember, we all got together and said parking charges are fucking shit,
Yeah.
and they took them away. So this well-known Ardgrowth figure had to leave a comment like, "It's not as if your business was that busy anyway. I don't know what you're worried about." And then carried on. Now this is a small business owner from the town.
Aye, bearing in mind the guy's what, 40s?
Oh yeah, nah, 50 odd.
50s.
Like, he's a grown
Fully
ass
grown
adult,
man.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But he's known for being involved in like the boxing and all these things. So everybody's a bit scared of him because he's a hard man. I just love to comment, you're a prick. I was like, there's no need for that. You've been an absolute prick. They've come up saying that their business is struggling. They're really nice people. They've done nothing wrong. And you felt for a couple of giggles, you're going to leave a comment. Like the big hard man and go, "Oh, ha, ha, ha." So he didn't expect it. And of course, I got approached a couple of days later. "Oh, what you saying, keyboard warrior?" So what are you talking about? He says, "You called me a prick on that." I said, "Well, you were a prick." He's like, "Well, you can't be calling," and I just turned around and walked away from him. I was like, I have no interest in carrying this conversation on with you. Like, it's not going to end anywhere. And to be honest, the boy probably could have punched me in the face and probably could have beat me. I'm not going to lie, But I have no problem about telling him he's a prick because of it, though. I don't like.
Still, it goes to show to the intelligence level of someone that they don't understand the concept of. They like turn around and be like, "You can't call me that," but you can go and call someone's
but you
business
can
whatever
bully
you want
somebody
online.
else.
Yeah,
This is the
like
fucking
it's people like that.
That's
It's
an
like, do you know
ego
what?
problem. That's
It's
an
people
ego
that are-
problem.
And nobody calls them out, and then they get
That's
to
the
50
problem
odd, and they think they can
nowadays.
say it any time they like, and nobody else.
There is no repercussions for things anymore. And that's
Yeah.
the problem. There is
But
no
this is
like if somebody verbally abuses you, you can't punch them in the face anymore.
No.
You'll get jailed.
Mhm.
You can't do
But
anything.
the
Like you
generation that
can't
should
do.
remember when that wasn't the case.
But
Are the
that's-
ones that are doing that now. Like,
That's even worse
he was
now.
old enough when you used to get punched in the face for being an arse. So why is he being an arse?
Yeah, but
now?
that's because, like
Because
everyone else,
now-
they go, "Haha, I can't.
Yeah,
I've lived my whole
yeah.
life where I would have gotten bad.
Yeah.
Now I can be the person, the actual
what I'm
knob
saying.
end that I am in my brain.
It's worse now.
and no one will beat
because
me up."
There are repercussions in real life, so you can't punch anyone in the face anymore, right?
Yeah.
You'll go to jail. There's nothing for that online. You still like, even if you're berating somebody online, there aren't still no laws that say it's harass. You can do
There are
harassment.
certain things you can't do, but you can't get a hold of the people once they've said
But
it.
it's a
you know
lot
what I mean?
harder.
It's online.
It's
yeah.
a lot harder to get
Because
anything
people say
done
bold
with.
stuff online. Like,
Very
fuck,
bold. They'll say a lot
People
more
say
things than they would say anything to your face. They would
Very
say a lot
questionable
quicker
stuff
stuff.
online.
You know what I mean? Like
No.
the people that were slating the food on that on the plot on the online, they would never say it to my face.
Nah.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know
there's
what I
not a
mean? They
review
would
that
never
leave,
want
like,
to
in
say it to my
person.
face.
Nah, you're right. Nah, you're right.
No, but
And a lot-
they're
and
the
guess what?
type of people that they wouldn't say it around anyone. They're
Yeah.
only saying it because they're in their house behind
Yeah,
their
yeah,
locked
yeah,
door with their
yeah.
fucking screen. You know what I mean? Like it's that's probably today's one of today's biggest problems with social media is exactly that.
Yeah.
Is it the fact
Lack
that
of
people can do
consequences, just-
whatever you please, everything's there, you do whatever you fucking want, there's no repercussions for it, there's no downside of it, you call somebody what you want and nothing bad happens, and then you're even seeing it out and about. Like my what would she be, sister-in-law? Yeah, my brother's wife. She's a teacher. And I know like other people that are teachers, and like the kids are impossible just now.
Yeah.
Like she's not so bad, but I think she's quite a good teacher, and she's a nursery, a preschool, not a preschool, a primary school teacher. So it's like young kids, but like I know like the people that are in the high school and stuff like that. Like my little brother, obviously he's in the high school, but he said like some of the kids are impossible now, and apparently the teachers cannot punish
They won't
them.
be able to
They
control
can't
them
punish
at all.
them at
There
all
won't be no
for
control
anything.
in any of the schools.
Like they can't shout at them because then they get in trouble. They can't, and they send them to do punishment exercises. The kids won't do them, and then they can't give them in trouble because they won't do them because then they'll go, "Oh, he shouted at me." Like, so the teachers apparently, this is coming from my brother and like my stepmom. Obviously, she works in the office as well. Like you can't control them. You can't like they don't have respect for adults. They don't do as they're told. If you tell them to do what they're told, like out at school for us, it'd be fucking get in that classroom now, or else your teachers, and they'll just go, cool, phone them.
You used to walk down the hallway and that maths teacher would just be berating somebody, screaming in their face.
Whereas now,
McCutcheon or something.
it's what you doing out of the class. I want to.
Yeah.
Well, go back to nah.
It's hard.
Well,
You do
get back to
you
class.
do say that. I also remember a girl spitting in a teacher's face while I was at
Oh,
school.
we had some
but-
Wilders, like,
but
yeah,
what
there was
happened
some
to her?
Wilders, like, yeah.
She didn't get smacked.
She
or
got
anything, like-
excluded.
Yeah, she got excluded.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now they would just you spat.
There
Is it
was-
because you're all sad inside? Do you need help? Is that what you're spitting on?
There
Like,
was
nah.
some Wilders when we were in the school.
Yes.
But this is, I think that's
I
an
got
education
just sorry to
problem.
interrupt you, but speaking of Wilders, I got fucking just about kicked out of the school because when we were in school, I went out of my English class to go to the toilet, and I came back from the English class. 15 minutes later, the head teacher came and took me out of my classroom because the boys' toilets were on fire. Yeah, mental. Do you want to know who it was? Shout out to him. He will not be fucking Reese Mason. Remember Reese Mason in school? Bro walked up to the thingy and like set the fucking paper thing on fire, and all of us like I was in there, but I'd walked out the bathroom as he walked in. Boom, he set it on fire, and then the teachers were like, "You were in the bathroom," so
Damn.
they tried to basically say I'd set this thing on
Wild.
fire and chuck me out. They eventually, obviously, like he
Wild.
admitted it, so they got him
Damn.
anyway. But yeah, they were about to try and fucking exclude me because I thought I'd set fire at the fucking boys' bathrooms.
Fucking
It's
hell, man.
mental.
But this
Like you
is
know
a-
how it was the paper towel things.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
gone
like the hang-
lighter under the paper towel thing, set it, and then fucked off.
I could
So
see
it's
how
just
that would,
boom.
I could see
Yeah.
how that would catch fire. Like, yeah, I could see how that would catch fire.
Fucking
know.
hell. That's a wild story.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like that's really wild.
Mhm.
Like that's
Yeah, there
really
is-
wild.
there was
Was
a lot
I
of wild
bet the
stuff
kids
that
now have got conversation like stories like that. Like, did you know my stepmom was telling me in one of the big schools the girls' bathrooms don't have toilet paper in them purposely because every single time they put toilet paper in, the pupils would just flush the whole roll of toilet paper around and block up the toilets on purpose and make them flood. So they had to take the toilet rolls out. So now they have to go and ask for toilet paper before they go to the toilet. Because because literally if they put toilet roll on, it got flushed down the toilet and blocked the toilets and they would flood the bathrooms with it on purpose.
That's
Men-
menacing,
and that's
you
what I'm
know.
saying. Like kids, like that's what kids are like now.
I bet
Like,
I would understand. This is what I mean. It baffles me because I would almost understand if it'd be like, oh, it's just like like you say, adults, grown ass fucking adults who lived through all the consequences are now behaving like there is no consequences. Like, and I think that like I genuinely think it's an education problem. Like you shouldn't have to be told to be good because there's a punishment on the other end if you don't. You should be good because you want to be fucking good. Like that's
See,
the problem.
I
Like,
only agree with you that to a certain extent. Like for
But
a
people
child,
are wild,
for
man.
young people, for example,
People are wild. They just want to do what they
yeah,
want to do.
young people as like a kid and stuff like that, you don't know to be like, oh, but you should just do it because of your morals. Like they
Ma-
don't have those.
But then
males-
that's not what. But that's kids are only what's instilled in them. Like if you
Yeah.
don't teach a kid not to have that, like
Yeah, but-
like, it's
Yeah, but then I
difficult,
don't think
get me
that's
wrong.
education. I
Biologically-
actually think a lot of that is because, especially now as well, kids like now. I'm not saying it's something you should do, not something I would ever do to your kids. But for example, when I was a child, if you misbehaved, you got battered.
Yeah.
You could not do that. But what I will say is wholeheartedly, if it had not been for the fear that I had of my dad, I'd have done way worse shit than what I did.
But
And I
let
can
me-
wholeheartedly say that, regardless of anyone else's opinion on it, the fear of the aftermath from my father was 100% what held me back from
But
doing a
that's
lot
not
worse
the
stuff
only
than I did.
motivator.
No,
No,
it was.
No, yeah, for you.
Yeah,
no, I know.
yeah, but that's
I mean,
what I'm
in general, it's not the only motivational structure. It's not the only structure you can use. It's not only
No,
like,
but it's probably one of the few
punishment.
things that stopped me
But the
from doing
fear-
some stuff I really shouldn't have done.
the fear of him would
Do you
have
know what I
taught him the line between good and bad as well. That would have been the measuring stick
Yeah,
between good
yeah.
and bad. Because what if am I going to get in trouble from this? But also biologically, young girls learn understand consequences normally by the time they're about 16, 17, 18.
Yeah.
Whereas for young men, they don't understand consequences until they're about 22, 23. Like
See,
we can
I don't think
underst-
anyone like we've
can
had this
understand
conversation
it.
before, and I agree with you to some extent. But the more I think about it now, I don't even think women understand the concept of fucking thing at that early age. Like you see, women more and more so even now
just
that are
more
in like
common. It's
late
just more
20s,
common.
early 30s, and they have no concept for repercussions of their actions. Like they'll treat people however they want, act how they want, like be a pure mad slag or like be mad abusive
Obviously,
to
it
somebody,
comes
and then they're
down
just
to
like,
each the person.
I slay queen. Like
Obviously,
you know what
it comes
I mean?
down
And
to the
it's-
person, though. Everyone's different as well. Like, but the
Yeah,
majority
but
is what
that
I'm
is on the rise.
that
You
is on
see
the
that a
majority.
lot
Yeah,
more
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Exactly, because it's
Well,
becoming a bigger thing.
I don't know because I wasn't around back then, so they could
No,
have
but
been
you're
wild
back
back.
when you were younger. Looking at even when we were younger to now. It's way different. It's way worse.
I don't know, to be honest, mate. I genuinely couldn't say yes or no to that because I'm never out. I don't do none of that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But I don't see none of that.
But you have been, and you know the difference between when you were like drinking when you were like 16 and when you were drinking when you were 20s.
I don't drink with
It's
16-year-olds now, so I don't know what 16-year-olds are like. You know
Bro,
what I mean? They
do
could
you
be
remember
wild.
going out for a night out when you were 16?
No. I was fucking blackout
You're turning
drunk
around and be like,
the whole time.
but I've not spoken to any 16-year-olds recently. I'm on about when you were that age, you dickhead.
I know.
So fucking so
Yeah,
you're
but what are kids like now? I don't know what kids are like now.
well, gauging from what my little brothers have said, pretty bad.
Well, so you have that factor of being able to judge. I
But
have
even
no
you,
idea.
even I know from me, when the girls that I spoke to before I got into like a relationship, before I was in the position I'm in now, were way worse than what it would have been younger.
No,
way less inclined to have some respect for themselves.
No, because remember
Oh,
my wild period was like finished when I was like 20, 21.
Okay,
So, like,
and when did it
before-
start?
When I was like fucking.
And so there's
14.
and there was no difference there.
What do you mean?
This is because I'm slag about it. What? Hey, Shaggy, you want? Me and you.
Right,
So
no. So I agree, right? Shag who you want. Honestly, have an OnlyFans if you want. I genuinely do not care. But don't then expect that you can come along down the road and expect a husband that's amazing this when you've sold pictures of your fanny for $3.99 for the last 3 years. Like, you have to understand
that.
the reason things like that are paid so well
But that's
is
down to
because the
social
downsides
media.
of them.
That's
You
down
are
to social
paid so
media.
well to be an OnlyFans model
yeah.
because you are going to get braided.
The
You're
truth
going to
is,
get called a slag.
The
You
truth
are
is,
going
it
to get that.
straight up does not bother me. Like I would if I like
Cuck.
say I hadn't say I hadn't been with Jodie. If I hadn't been with Jodie, if I'd met a lassie that had like an OnlyFans or anything, it would not fucking bother me. Like,
No, but I know it would. I know it would.
I'm
No,
not- I'm not.
I'm sorry, mate, but as your mate of 9 years, you're wrong.
Nah.
You are fucking wrong. I know if you got a bird, and next minute she's like, "Oh, I've just taken this photo. Like 9 guys have just liked me strumming myself on the fucking." You'd be like that. No, you'd be raging about it.
Right, okay.
Yeah, you wouldn't be like, "Oh, good, babe. Just go and send him your arse as well."
Yeah,
Fucking- you'd be furious.
Babe, can I get a new game for the Xbox?
Yeah, he'd come into the shed to do the podcast and be like, that fucking bitch. Do you know what, it's just fucking, do you know what I mean? Nah, there's no way you'd be okay with that. I am perfectly okay as a person. If you want to do those things, I don't even judge it.
I know,
Like,
I mean, because
but you have to
no, you
understand
said in your
the
past. Like that's like I'm saying, if somebody in their past, not somebody you're going out with, that's a different story. Like that's kind of like there's
even in their past, it's dependent.
nah.
Even in their past, man. Because if you have shown the level, right, that your brain works well enough to you think that you've managed to convince yourself that's an acceptable route.
Yeah.
That's an acceptable thing to do. That
But why
means
is it
that you're
not?
going to be because it's mate, right? Okay, you go and ask a girl that slept with a lot of people how many people she slept with, and she'll not tell you because they know it's wrong too.
I don't. But why is it wrong?
Because that's what. Because right? Do you actually want me to get into why it's wrong?
I'm not down for this because
right.
me and you disagree with
So,
this. I
It's
like
down
this. I
to
like
a
this.
chemical, biological
We're both
level
with this
in
and we're
yeah,
both
a
fucking
biological,
Jesus
chemical level on the body. Right? There's chemical connections that are made anytime you sleep with somebody. Right? There's a chemical bonding connection made anytime you sleep with. The more times you sleep with a different person, then don't sleep with them again. It breaks that ability for you to build those bonding bridges. It
I'm
simply
gonna
does.
look
That's
this
why.
up at
Look
some
at the statistics. Right?
You're
If
gonna
you
you're
look-
gonna need to send me this. This sounds a
if
bit.
you look at any research that's been done on marriages and coupled along to sexual partners, it is basically a definitive graph that the more sexual partners, the more likely to have divorce.
But there's too many variables.
No.
When it
This
comes
is
to
what you say this
psychology,
all the
there's too
time with
many
everything.
variables.
Anytime something comes,
You
you're
can't
just
just
like,
go-
variable.
You can't just
Variable.
go, they sleep around, so that means
No,
that's
but
why they're not married
how
anymore.
do you work that out then if you can't generalize it in general?
What if women that sleep around?
In general,
Yeah. But
That-
what
then
if women
the
that
math
sleep around
works.
attract aggressive men, and that's why they're splitting up? You've no idea. That's what I mean. The variables. Are
well then
too,
that
like-
adds to the scenario.
But that means the variable.
No,
is the
no,
block.
no,
Like,
no.
that's- Nah, there's
No,
two.
because you can't do that because then you can't make a judge on anything in the world.
you can't with psychology. Psychology doesn't work like that.
He's this mental.
It doesn't.
You're so
Psychology
mental.
doesn't
You're
work
so
like
mental.
that. That's why
You
like,
can't turn in and be like, right, unless you have thought about every single variable, you can't make that point. That's not how life works,
No,
bro.
no, you
They're
can't-
called
no, no, but
theories
you can't
because
make
you have
that
to
point
prove them to the
assuredly.
best of your ability.
You can't prove psychology.
Mate, you cannot tell me that if the statistics run in almost a linear fucking direction, they don't have anything to do with each other.
No, I'm not saying that.
Well,
No, I'm
then,
not
so
saying-
I'm right.
I'm saying you can't say definitively because
So,
definitively.
no, but
is-
I'm saying I didn't say definitively. I said that is the case. Am I wrong?
No, that's a theory.
Am I wrong?
No, that would be a
No,
theory.
by the stats, by the statistics and numbers, am I wrong in saying that if you sleep with more people, you're more likely to get divorced later on in your life?
That
Because
could very
if you
well be
say
true.
no, then you're
That
well,
could very well be
exactly.
true. But
So
but
the fact stands.
the
so I'm right.
behaviours that come with both of those different
Uh-huh.
things can be dependent
But that's
on
not what we're
various
talking
factors.
about. We were talking about the idea that if you're a slag,
Yeah.
you're probably not going to have as best a time in the future. That was what I said. I said to you, if you act like that, you can't expect men to treat you a certain way in the future.
No,
and that's
disagree.
right, because
So-
if you fuck more people,
How about
you are
men
less
that- what about
capable
men
of building
that,
a connection.
like,
It's the
pile
same for
through
men.
Because it happens a lot.
It's the same for men. It's the same for men. They still have that same chemical connection that still gets burnt the more men you sleep with.
Why is that not just
The more men you sleep with.
shag
The
you
more
up?
of anyone you sleep with, the more things you
Marriages-
put in you or
fucking-
put in.
Marriages can shit anyway, but that's like
No. Don't try and now be like that. But marriage is shite. Like
just
the point I was
marriage.
making,
Like that.
right, is that if you fuck loads of people, you're probably more likely to get divorced than if you don't fuck loads of people.
But
And
because
that's
you like
true
fucking
by
loads of
fact.
people, you don't get married to one person.
Well, then don't get married and no one cares.
But
But
marriage
then
isn't
that's
the
what
be
I'm
all
saying.
and all.
So
Maybe
do
they
what-
separate and continue.
Wait,
to
why are
sleep
you
with other
bringing
people.
marriage into it? We weren't even talking about marriage. I don't give a fuck
He
about
just
marriage.
wants to win.
He does. He can't handle being wrong.
You're definitely,
I
you're definitely
don't
a
think the
flat
marriage.
earther.
I'm not talking about getting married to someone either. I'm talking about just a relationship at all. If you expect, right, that if you put a girl, right, this girl they've done the exact same things in their life, but at one point of them, one of them was selling fanny pics for less than Netflix, right? Do you really think, as a man, you're going to go and go, I just don't care. There's no difference here. You're obviously going to be like, well, she's less of a slag, so I'll go for
depends
her.
on how, like,
No, it doesn't.
It
Shut
does.
up. No,
it
it doesn't.
depends on your like
So if
your
I put-
perception
no.
of sex and value, man.
Okay,
Like,
so if
don't,
I
like,
put two girls in front of you, right, and one of them literally sells pictures of her vagina to any man who'll buy it, and one who doesn't,
But-
you're not going to pick the one
Again,
who doesn't.
so again-
no, answer the question.
No, but
Which
what's
one do you
so
pick? Which one are you
sacred-
picking?
Either or. It makes
No,
no
you shut, you fucking liar.
How
a
it's
fucking
making
liar.
right?
He's
Wait,
a liar.
answer it. So how is it
Conversation's
different
over,
to
he's a
make
liar.
money
He's a
using
fucking
your
liar.
body in any other context? You're a manual labourer. You're using your body
Right.
to generate fucking finances. How is that different? You're an actor
Because
you
I'm
use
not
your body
because
to
I'm using my
generate
body,
finances.
and this part of my body doesn't.
That
guys
bit-
ignore-
This
Pause,
no, listen.
Pause,
Okay,
pause,
any of my
pause,
body, I'm
pause,
not provocative
pause,
in any way,
pause,
shape, or form.
pause,
I'm not forcing a chemical
pause,
feeling in their
pause.
body to make someone do
Shut the
what
fuck
I want
up!
to do, which is what OnlyFans
He's
is.
speaking.
Pause.
Well, I was speaking first.
Pause.
So fuck you.
Pause. You've been speaking the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
So pause. That makes no sense because you use your body for fucking everything.
I know. I'm saying I don't.
point makes
I
no
don't,
sense
I
there.
don't prescribe to this idea that certain areas of your body are shameful more so than others. Like that is your fucking body. That is a
But
societal.
that doesn't matter.
like,
That I don't. Surely that doesn't
Can
come
I
into
just
terms
want-
whether or
so
not you would.
any
Surely you
A-list
would want.
actors that have had their tits out or their
No,
genitals out
no.
on TV.
Did they sell it?
No,
Yes,
Strumming
they all
themselves
did
for
it. Of course
$3.99.
they all
No,
sold
they
it.
didn't.
No,
they
no,
didn't
they-
go subscribe to me and you can get it.
Game of Thrones. It doesn't
They
matter,
went,
they're getting
this is
paid.
part of your role. You have a whole role, but for 3 seconds your boob's going to be exposed.
They
That's
still get
different
paid
than
for
going,
it.
watch me finger
No, but
myself
how
for
is
a
it
fiver.
different? They
Because
still get paid for it. If you film a sex
Steve.
scene on TV,
They're not different.
if you film a sex scene on TV, it is a sex scene.
Yeah, yeah,
like,
Yeah, but
the
do you
Game of
see
Thrones,
vagina?
But they don't
and
have
do you
sex.
see
They
dick
don't
going
have
in vagina?
sex,
Do you see
Josh.
dick
They don't have-
penetration?
they don't-
No.
And they
So it's
also. They
different.
also.
Where's the line?
Question. They
So
also
where
don't
on
have
the
sex.
anatomy
In the
is-
ratings of movies in which a certain level of showing is
They're all 18
unacceptable.
plus. Game
18
of Thrones
plus,
is an
you can
18.
only-
That's because there's murder. That's
It's
not,
only-
and sexual scenes.
The only
Any
thing allowed
program
is nipples. That's the only thing that's allowed.
Yeah,
Nah,
you're,
well,
you're
Game of
telling
Thrones,
me
there's
that
fannies and a hand in
you're
that
telling
all
me
the time.
in Game of Thrones she's
There's
strumming
genitals
fingering
and a hand.
herself fucking
there's,
front
there's
camera.
people, Vikings, there's women walking about with their fannies out like clear as day.
But are they fucking someone?
But why is that?
No,
is
they're
that-
just naked.
So,
It's
so is
different.
it the sex? Or is
Yes.
it- so it's just that,
Yes.
so any sex scene is the same.
No, but
No,
here's the
that's
thing.
not what we're saying. That's not what I've said at all.
But every sex
no,
scene
you've
involves sex.
just said that. I've just said to you there is a difference between a sex scene, as you're calling it, and a fucking porno, mate. Please don't try and pretend you cannot understand the difference. Like I know you
you're
do.
right.
I know you're obviously just being difficult
sold.
here,
No, like,
but you know there's a difference.
In terms of the definition of entertainment, yes. In terms of what you're doing with your body, you are exposing yourself to the world.
But
in
you're going
no,
off-
you're no, yeah, but
situations.
nowhere near the same
You're
level.
going off subject matter again.
Yeah, nowhere near the same level, dude. You can't. So
You're talking about
telling
your
me,
partner here, boys.
You're
Remember,
telling
not
me,
just
right? Listen to
random
this.
people.
So you think, right? No, listen to this, right? You think here's one. Here's I'm going to cover it for you, right? You've got a friend, right? I walk up to that friend. I go, look at my cock.
That's weird.
Is that as bad
That's
if
out
I
of
go,
context.
mate?
No.
Yeah,
If your friend says to you, "Can I see your cock?"
no,
and
but-
you want to show
no,
them
but
it,
the point
both
I'm telling
parties
you
are
is
consenting.
that different?
Damn.
Is there a difference
Of
there?
course
To
there is.
showing a dick
But
and
that's-
wanking off in front of
The
someone.
difference there is consent.
Yeah, so the difference in the movie is the same. You're admitting there's a difference between being naked on camera and fucking someone on a camera.
Right, but I'm saying
So your point was there's no difference. You're admitting there's a difference. That's it. There's no more to be said here.
The difference is how.
There's no more to be said here.
Nah.
You said there's no difference. I've said there is. You've now agreed. That's it. There is a difference between fucking someone on camera and going, here's 3 seconds of my boobs.
There is in terms of entertainment, in terms of what is the definition of what makes value in a person, there is no fucking difference. They are both using their body in a sexual manner to make finance.
I disagree.
How would they not?
Because
The
person,
scenes in
the
Game of
person,
Thrones don't do anything for anyone.
so the person in the Game of Thrones, right? They have an entire acting sequence. They're a full part
whole
in the
job
sequence.
isn't
They
just
have
to do that.
they have a whole acting thing where they play a part. For a tiny, minute part of it, something is exposed. These other people, it is only about fanning out.
That's all it's about.
Nobody gives a fuck about their part or their acting or the fact that they're doing
then-
an actual art.
Yeah.
They're
but what
just
that
showing their
suggests
minge.
Is there's a slider for you. That means there's
Of course, there's a
scale.
slider for everything.
Balance.
Everything has
That
a
means
scale.
there
Everything's
needs to
about
be
balance.
a definable point
Yes.
where that becomes something completely
And there
different.
is.
Well,
There's multiple defining points. Like insertion is a defining point for one. There's a definitely difference between a porno where something goes in and nothing goes in anywhere.
I'm willing to bet there is non-porn movies where that is the case.
I said there is multiple points. That is one of them. One of the points is dick in. That makes a difference between a porno where there's softcore and hardcore, right? Same as I personally, for me, there's a lot of a difference of the cameras over there. It pans past you and your tits are out to the cameras here watching Steve fucking wanking off and fucking do you not understand what I mean? But do you see what I mean? Sorry, I'll not use Steve next time. But you see what I mean? There is a difference between
chilling.
a movie where there's maybe a sex scene for 2 minutes where they're under the duvet, you can see rustling, you can see them kissing, and you can see kind of their body, to a full-on DP balls deep fucking ramming thing.
Yeah,
Like
that's
there's
what
a
I'm saying.
difference,
in terms
bro.
of the entertainment, but in terms of the
So
value
what you
that person has as a person,
There is a
because
different
of each
value.
of them
Yes,
they've done, I don't.
yes, because to be an actor requires considerably more skill and talent than to get your fanny out.
Boys.
Now, I bet I'm £1 million deep into this that there's better actors in porn than The Rock is. The Rock is a fucking.
But that's
horrific
irrelevant.
actor,
That's not the point.
You
The Rock
said
didn't
you
come
need to
from
be a
being an
good
actor.
to be a good
The Rock
actor,
didn't come from being an actor. He came from being a fucking musclehead.
He's now an actor.
I can't lie to you. I can't lie to you. The Rock was acting in WWE the whole time.
Yeah.
And I believed him till I was 18. So.
But that's
Go
what I'm
fuck
saying.
yourself.
But
That's the
there's a lot
difference. So
of
you're
shit
picking a
actors.
very, very unique. Of course, there's shit everybody wear, mate. You get people that are shit at OnlyFans.
I'll admit the quality,
In which case, put your clothes back on
the
and bounce.
quality of acting in porno is probably worse than movies.
Yeah.
Is it worse than fucking EastEnders?
I've gotten stuck in the washing machine.
Have you
Please,
seen?
like,
have
do
you
you
seen
not, like,
Coronation
bro?
Street? Like,
Bro,
let's be
I'm-
honest.
I will-
the
My
acting
mum
and shit
still
like that,
watches that.
I
bro.
will admit to
yeah,
you.
it's fucking.
My mum
You're
still
not
watches
wrong.
it.
I have no disagreement here, right? There are shite actors. There are terrible actors, but that plays zero part on the conversation we're having.
It plays zero part in the conversation you originally started on anyway. This
Yeah, no,
has
but
got
that got heated, and
wild.
we were entertaining ourselves.
Also,
had
we're
that
going to have
one.
to stop this podcast because I'm going to have to go do some more research on this
What was
topic.
On porno. That's the line right there. We're gonna get a video from Steve.
See,
in 45
no,
minutes.
this is the line.
Fucking-
Knowing he's gonna have a wank later is fine. If he videos it and
watching him.
sends me it,
Again.
then there's an issue.
If you two want to
Not
watch
the first
each other
time.
wank, if you two want to watch each other wank, I don't value you any less. So maybe not have the same conversation.
Well, you should, because I'm a slag. Fucking
This is the first time the invitation's been offered out. Anyway,
This is the weirdest twist. This
Yeah,
fucking podcast.
the
has taken,
podcast
by the way.
went mild.
I was so
Wild,
up for going
wild,
home and be
wild.
like, I'm gonna put this fucking Instagram, Facebook. Everybody look at this fucking podcast. And this has got so fucking heavy. I'm scared the fucking Facebook or something finding this thing.
bro, don't worry. It's me that they'll hate, not you. You defended the good end.
Oh, yeah. I'm the white knight.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
worry, it's all good. I'm the.
I was the right-wing guy on this one. I was the Donald Trump. So
Can I make a point though that
Yeah.
we have been through this repeatedly, that we all have different fucking
Yeah.
opinions
Yeah,
on
of course.
so many factors, but we manage to maintain a level of fucking civility and friendship. That's what people need to
And
get
respect
through.
as
yeah,
well.
Man. Yeah,
And
man.
respect.
100%.
But
well, yeah.
I think,
Yeah,
but that's purely down to because like, I've said this to a few different people. It's like you've got to take every person in the world differently, depending on how much you know about them. Like me knowing as much as I do about your past means I would treat you differently to the way if I just didn't know you, and that's the same thing. Like. I'm not saying I believe what I believe because what I believe is right. I'm saying what I believe is what I believe because I've been put in positions over the course of my life to build this picture that's put me in this position. Whereas you're different. So just because you disagree with me doesn't mean that I'm like, well, you're fucking wrong. It just means that like
Different perspective.
you have a different perspective on it, and that's fine. And that's one thing that the social media thing we were on about. People have a struggle with it. People have a real difficulty nowadays with accepting the fact that there can be another opinion other than yours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like me and Josh disagree about a lot of stuff, and we have heated arguments, but they're not heated in the way that like.
There's only been a couple where it's went, shut the fuck up, like I've had enough. Like just
they're heated in the sense that they get loud and intense, but that's just
As
me
we
and
just witnessed.
but that's just me and him as people. Like,
Yeah.
like no
I love
part
to
of
watch
like
it.
yeah, like no part of that's angry. We're just passionate. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, but like we wouldn't have been friends still 9 years later if we could, do you know what I mean? And that's what it is. It's people need to be a little bit more understanding. Like you can be friends with somebody if you don't agree with them on
But
things.
this
To be
isn't
fair, we agree on most things.
We do, but
Yeah, there's just a few little things that we have.
The things that we agree on.
But
The reason we can agree on is because we're not making them our whole personality. Like,
Yes.
you maybe don't agree with people like whatever, like, or you wouldn't go out with somebody that had an OnlyFans.
I'm not saying that. It depends what you're after, chef.
Depends how much money it is.
Like I say, I have no. It's just personally for me. Like I would know that I'm really insecure.
Yeah.
So I know that if I knew they'd done that in the past, like it would be in my
what I
head.
mean
Are they
is
just,
you're
and
not
that's
going,
on me.
Yeah,
that's
you're
on,
not
that's a
going
me
onto
problem.
TikTok and finding women who do OnlyFans and going, "You're a worthless slag."
No,
That's the fucking difference.
Yeah,
and
that
we
is,
wouldn't
yeah.
be friends if
No,
you
no,
did
that is
stuff
true,
like
that is
You know
true,
what I
yeah.
mean? Like, and that's what we're talking about. It only requires just a degree of fucking nicety and compassion, and just go, "You believe that? Fine." You know what I mean? That's as much as it takes. And alright, some people have got fucking horrible opinions, and you should like less for it. But
the way I see it, anybody can do whatever you want. It's just people need to understand that there's repercussions.
some people
Like,
will judge you. For
I'm
it.
not
That's
saying
fucking-
doing things like that are wrong. Like, especially to anyone that's listening, if you've got fucking OnlyFans, I am not berating you at all.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
I don't care. If you're do not.
There's
Yeah, do fucking not.
Get a phone call from your missus now.
But yeah, the idea is like, see if like it is everybody's life each their own. Live it however you fucking please.
As long as you're
People
not
just
harming
need
anybody,
to
I'm
understand that, like, for example, there are going to be some people that are going to be like, well, I don't want to be your boyfriend because you know what I mean, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Fuck off to someone that doesn't care. Like,
Yeah.
for example, me and Josh, it's just different levels. Like, it would bother me because I'm mad insecure, whereas it would be okay for him. And in that case, well, fuck off then. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's fine. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to be
Yeah.
like, but you have to
Yeah.
like me. Nah, bro. Like,
Yeah.
each to their
Yeah,
own. Do you
that's
know what I
it,
mean?
yeah.
Like,
And
there's
the
people that
important
wouldn't
point
want to
there-
be with me because of some of the things I've done, which
Yeah.
I'd be like,
Yeah.
fine. Like,
The problem
each to
is,
your own.
that wouldn't like say we were friends with sort of like the only person we're friends with is female is Karis. Karis started
Yeah.
fucking OnlyFans, and she's gonna hate that this is just brought up. you wouldn't then not speak to Karis.
No, and of course
You know
not,
what I
man.
mean? That's
I'd
the-
have
like,
jokes
that's-
on about it in our head.
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is the
I'd
point.
have a
you know
laugh
what
at
I
it.
mean? Like being able to accept that in your friends or
Yeah.
anybody at large is the whole fucking like the whole point. Like that's
Yeah, like
just-
I know that I got heated, and I'm just thinking to myself, this is proper come across like I mob just hate people that do
No,
OnlyFans.
no.
But like, it's a passionate thing. But yeah, like I say, like I genuinely like everyone can do. Like I don't do things. I do things in my life that people probably think are a bit awful. You know what I mean? And would be like, oh, I wouldn't go near him for that. But like that's each their own. Like, do what you fucking want to do. Don't give a fuck about anyone else for it.
What
But
have you done?
what?
What have you done in your life?
What do you
Dodgy.
mean?
What's awful?
No comment. Nah, but you know, like there's certain ways that I behave or certain things that I do
yeah.
that other people really don't.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, maybe.
You don't have to give us an example. You're perfect. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, well, no, I just
Trying his best
you know
to
what I
avoid
mean,
anything
yeah.
will get him in trouble here. That's nice.
No, do you know what? I was gonna say something, then I stopped, and I started, and I was going to make a joke about the thing that you made at Spoons, about the food. I was going to be like, people have different opinions, like on your, but I forgot what it was called, so that's why I took so long to stop there.
Right. Okay.
So yeah,
Oh, it was
no.
a venison joke. Yeah, it was
yeah,
tame.
it was,
All
yeah,
right,
it was a
okay,
venison
that's
joke. Yeah,
fine.
mate, yeah, mate. So,
Okay.
but yeah, no, it's one of them. Like, fucking each their own, man. Eh? Like, I personally don't give a fuck if someone thinks that something I'm doing is not okay, and so I don't think anyone else should care at all. Like, you
Yeah.
do what you want to do. As I said, you just need to accept that. Like, for me. For a fucking example, I admit I eat a power of food, so I've got to accept I couldn't fit through a drain hole. Like, I know that sounds ridiculous, but you know what I'm saying? Like, that
Yeah.
the consequences of my actions mean I can't do
Yeah.
certain things, and other people just need to understand that that's life
And
around.
and I think, like I say, it's hunting folk out for these things. isn't it?
Which I
'Cause
wouldn't do.
If people were
Yeah.
to hunt you out to be like, you can't fit in a drain hole, that makes you a terrible person. You shouldn't have as many rights as us. That's fucking not
PTSD to high school
nice.
there, man. Fucking hell.
Kelly's in the corner now, like,
Don't call me fat again, please.
I just need chips and cheese.
Oh, don't you talk to me about chips and cheese?
Mate, is that on the menu? Come on.
Yeah,
That's what
man.
Abdi and Arbroath has wanted.
It's
Chips,
on the
cheese,
menu, bruv. I know
beans.
it's the
That's
only
it.
thing our
That's
people
it.
are both want.
Macaroni, chips, cheese and beans, steak pie for 6p.
And say scampi one more time. I swear to God.
They want the same things that we had for the last 50 years.
Yeah, the
And none
things
of
we
it-
haven't liked for the
yeah.
last 5 years.
Yeah,
Bring them back.
None of this foreign muck or any of that either.
No,
That's
no,
the
no,
fucking-
no, no. I didn't like the French
Yeah.
anyway.
Oh man. Also,
fucking-
satire. By the way, I said foreign muck. Just gonna put that right in the camera so that nobody can clip
No.
that either
I
side.
hate OnlyFans. He hates foreigners. It's all fucking.
And I love everybody.
Ah, there we go.
This has been an episode of the Stankcast.
Yeah, jokes all around, by the way. 100%
Jokes all
jokes.
around.
We've all lost our jobs. See.
Yeah, I was taking the piss.
To wrap it up, though, I think the be all and end all of it is the only thing people need to remember is that when you're posting anything you're talking about, the last thing you need to remember is just to be kind. Always. Like,
yeah, man.
think about somebody on the other end and think about the people involved and the effort that's gone into anything that you see online, like your videos, like us trying to start a new business. Just having an opinion is fine, but if it's a negative one, keep it to yourself.
100%.
Just keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
There's no reason to try and slander anyone. And in the end of the day, in my opinion, just be kind. Be as kind as you can.
Simple
That's the
rules.
last thing I've
I
got
think
to
it'd be
say.
that easy, eh?
Yeah.
It'd be just that easy.
If everyone just remembered that, every day would be a little bit nicer.
Make sure when you get angry, you do it with your mates instead of other
Yeah,
people.
Yeah,
exactly.
of course, man.
Shout at each other in a shed on a microphone.
There's
Don't
no
do
need-
it don't do it on Facebook.
Yeah, there's no need to berate online. Yeah. Anyway, guys, we'll catch you all in the next one. Thanks for joining us. Happy New Year, everybody, and catch you in the next one. Peace.
Good.